Well, hello again. I just thought I'd record another video because sadly feeling a bit frustrated, in all honesty. Been speaking to people online about the project and digital identity and the government rollout of their own digital identity, and it seems a lot of people, without a doubt, are very apprehensive of such technologies, and they don't trust these technologies. They believe they will be used against them to remove their human rights and to use such things as social credit score systems, which I think there's a good chance this is possible. And with the advent of these technologies that are slowly advancing and getting more and more powerful, and with our data connecting to more and more things with the Internet of Things, there's no doubt about it, we are starting to step into dangerous zone where people need to be aware, and people need to start to think about pulling together to resolve this issue, and to not allow the government to have so much power over the people where we become victims to our own thoughts. And sadly, without us putting security measures in place, our data is likely to be abused and our human rights are likely to erode with such power. It must not be left in centralised hands. And I would like to send a message to all of you who are listening in. At the moment, there's not many of you, but I really hope that each one of you who's tuning in can help me spread the message. Retweet my posts. Tag a couple of friends. If every single person that listened to this video could tag just 2 friends and get them to do the same. We all know this story of exponential growth. We could reach out to thousands of people at such a speed. The message could be spread and we could pull people together. We need to build a decentralized identity system that is not in the hands and control of the government. And there's very important reasons for this. These systems can start off voluntary and seem, benevolent, that they're just there to help. But sadly, these systems, once they're implemented, will be very difficult to reverse and to remove. And as we've seen over these past few years, we've seen an overreach of power from the government which has never been seen before, that we know of, since World War I and World War II. And I'm really concerned that I'm speaking to people who are also really concerned, but feel there's nothing they can do. This is not true. There is a reason we have democracy, and if we just say, oh, there's nothing we can do, the government have an agenda, blah, 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 then you're lying over and allowing the system to take advantage of you, and you're sadly not using democracy for the purpose that it is intended for. And, just like the Americans have the Bill of Rights, these things are here to protect us. And this is what I really want to send in this message today is, I need your help to spread this message. If we really want to create a fairer system where we level the playing field and we bring people to account who we know are up to no good. And it's such a shame, because I believe in paying taxes and contributing to society. I believe that government helps, and there are good reasons for some laws. A lot of people don't like to wear seat belts, but the truth is, before seat belts were fitted, 5 people in my family were killed in a car crash. And so, as much as these things seem annoying nanny state. There are some good reasons for some of these laws and rules that are implemented, but if they start to be abused and they start to be used as revenue to create revenue for the government, to plug holes for debts and, you know, money that's being wasted in literally billions. We need to stop this, and we can, and it's down to people to pull together, and that's what I want to do with this project. A truly decentralized, zero knowledge, decentralized identity protocol that can be controlled through a decentralized naming system, which enables us to link to all the projects which are building identity systems. And let me assure you, there is literally likely hundreds, definitely, you know, scores and scores of projects, and they call themselves decentralized, but look into them and you'll find they have tokens and gatekeepers. And when you really look into these so-called decentralized identity systems, they're still looking to profit from you, which means you're still the product, which means it's not truly decentralized. And this is not about money, like I explained before. We need to create a system which is fair, which you can earn money from because it's your data and it's your private documents and your digital footprint that these companies and these centralized entities want to exploit. And so we can spin the table. We can take control of this if we pull together. If we decide that we don't have the power, or we can't be bothered, or we're keyboard warriors and we just sit on Twitter, you know, posting messages of our distaste of the WEF or whatever it be, then how do we ever expect to move things forward? I honestly do not believe everyone in government is against the people. And I honestly believe that there's many in government who are spotting, sadly, corruption at such a deep level that there surely must be many politicians who are concerned like the public are concerned. And I call out to you, because I know there's some really influential people following my page right now, and I don't know who's watching and listening in, but I call out to you. Be on the right side of history, please, for the sake of humanity, because technology is advancing at such a speed, it won't take long for us to lose control of our own personal data and our own personal identity, which could lead to us losing control of our human rights and our freedoms. And if this gets taken over by AI, which is looking likely, then how do we stop these systems? And this is what I'm trying to create with the ZKDid project, is a safety valve which enables us to stop systems abusing our data that we will control in a truly decentralized fashion. And as I said before in my last video, I'm not here to pump a token and make money from a token. I'm not here to make money at all. In fact, I feel like I'm putting my neck on the line by doing this, but I have to do this, and you have to do this. And if you don't agree with my project, create another project, a better project, and let me come and join you. But let's not sit here waiting for them to bring the digital ID, which you had nothing to do with. No one consulted you. The papers are put out surreptitiously, so you don't even realize they're going on. These agendas and laws are being passed where people don't even realize they're happening, and what this power can do and how much power it gives to the government over you. And I've been pretty depressed today because, you know, I'm looking at the European digital ID, the recent paper from the British government regarding their digital ID, and they're giving us an option to respond. But do they really want us to respond? They talk about stakeholders and the gatekeepers and the tokens and this and that. But This isn't about money, this is about freedom, this is about privacy, this is about stopping people using your thoughts against you, which you have a right to think the way you want to think. That's called freedom of speech. Yeah, and you know, to think that you could write something on Twitter because you may have had a drink and you're not thinking straight, or you're upset and you've had a rant, and that can be used against you, or you're uploading all your photos to something like Facebook, where they're scanning everything and building a database of biometric systems, again, which can become problematic. We need to create safety systems in place, and that is what my project is about. And I'm really begging you guys to help me. Get involved, please. I'm a bit lost with it really, because when I hear people complaining about things and yet they don't want to do anything about it, I question how are we ever going to resolve anything if people just sit there and roll over and let the system push things onto us that they're not even aware are happening. And we've seen this now over the past 2 years. We've seen the abuse of power and how it could stop people from going to work, stop people from going to shopping, stop people leaving their houses. And this has affected everyone across the world. And I've posted some stuff on Twitter and I've been banned. I have a permanent ban on Twitter, which I've managed to find a way around. But the reason I have a permanent ban on Twitter was because I was speaking the truth about something which went right to the core of the European Union. They know what it is. I'm not going to repeat it here now because I don't want to get my page blocked. I want to use this opportunity to bring people together, and I'm literally trying to reach out to politicians, to you, to people that are influential, to people that are building these decentralized systems and saying, we want decentralization, we want decentralization. Then truly prove it. Let's pull together. We have the power to change the world for the better. And if we don't make the effort, I can assure you, we'll regret it. And things will happen which we will not be able to reverse. And we've seen that now just recently. So maybe this is a bit of a short video for me today. I'm just feeling frustrated and stressed out, and I know my page will be shadow banned for this kind of talk. It's always happened to me. I've been trying to push a positive message for over 20 years on the internet, and it started with my record label, where I was trying to say that music was the universal language, and that universal language can bring us all closer together. It's a language we all speak, and it brings us together to dance and have fun together. And no matter of race or creed, we share this planet together, and we are all brothers and sisters. And we are the human race. There is only one race, and it's the human race. And if we don't get past this division which is being created, the divide and conquer, your children, your future generations will suffer the consequences of us not making an effort to stop it now. And I'm positive we have the chance to make a difference. And so I'm calling out to you in this video to say, please help me spread this message. Please help me build this project. I need your help. I can't do this on my own. This is just an idea that I've had which seems to have raised some eyebrows. Look at the people that follow me. I've got some pretty big companies and institutions that have been interested in what I'm talking about, and I hope they're listening to this video now, because I know there's people there with hearts. I know they don't want us to end in a tyrannical state where we're moving closer and closer to some kind of communist dictatorship. But that is the possibility if we're not taking control of democracy. And a true decentralized identity system can help us repair democracy and level the playing field, where those who are abusing the system, we can weed them out and we can get rid of the dishonest people. And we can get rid of the criminals that are hiding in plain sight on TV, in the Houses of Parliament and in the House of Congress, or whatever government it is. We can stop this, but we've got to work together. And that's my message for today. I pray people are listening and help me spread this message. I really do. I'm worried. I'm really worried. And I don't want to be one of these conspiracy theorist people who, you know, goes on and on and on. And I'm trying to be careful about what I say in these videos, because I know there's things I could say which you would agree with, but sadly will be used against me. I'll be called a conspiracy theorist or whatever. But you know the difference between a conspiracy theory and 6 months? The truth. That's what happens. All the conspiracy theories that have been talked about over the past few years have come true, and everybody knows it. There's a couple which are still debatable, but we know the overreach of power that has happened in the past couple of years has destroyed businesses, destroyed families, destroyed friendships. It's making people's lives difficult still to this very day. They're talking about potentially the government blowing up the Nord Stream pipeline, and they don't know who it is, yet it affects every single one of us. We need to create a system where people can't hide and get up to criminal activities which are literally crimes against humanity. And as I've said to you in the last video, I'm not pro digital ID, not at all. But I don't think these technologies can be stopped. So the best thing we can do is use the system in our favour. Create a better system. Create a system which is undeniably better, and a system that the people actually realise makes sense. And when we do that and we create critical mass where the people say this is what we want and we're not having that, that's when we can start to use democracy in our favour. And that is what really bugs me with all of these people that sit there complaining, yet what do they do about it? I'm going to stop this video because I can see it's flashing, so maybe it means it's coming to the video. But I'll continue to upload videos, and today I've got no glasses and no hat, so you see who I am. I'm not hiding from you, I'm not hiding from the system. I've got nothing to hide. This is my right to speak the truth, and it's my right to push for democracy, and that's what I hope you'll join me and help me achieve. Thanks again for listening, and I really hope you'll help me spread this message, because I can guarantee you now my page will be shadow banned, guaranteed. Speak to you soon.